Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. I'm Dan. I'm the CEO of Hyper, and we're developing Hyperledger, which is a distributed ledger platform specifically designed to help financial institutions mitigate settlement risk, prevent trade breaks, and cut reconciliation costs. Inspired by cryptocurrency, we've built from the ground up to actually meet the requirements, the business and regulatory requirements of financial institutions. For example, we have the only platform to have no cryptocurrency built in, and the only platform to enable you to have private markets completely closed off from the public. Ooh. There we go. Because of this, we've been selected in a competitive bid against a Bitcoin-based company and Ripple to develop a pilot for a particular use case with a consortium of 13 tier 1 banks, some of which are in the room today. We're also working independently with several banks, asset managers, auditors, as well as startups. So this is a simplified version of what you're all used to consumers paying through their retail bank through a central bank's RTGS. But then Bitcoin came along in an attempt to cut out the entire financial system, enable peer-to-peer transfers, and put you all out of a job. We don't believe that's going to happen. We are trying to enable banks to compete with Bitcoin. So the traditional system is actually works well. It's just a little bit slow and dated. So if we take some of that inspired technology, and enable to link up all those banks, still using the traditional system, but as a complement to the existing system, to enable them to more quickly settle and mitigate settlement risk between the two, using a distributed ledger platform. So we are the blockchain without Bitcoin. We're enabling banks to leverage that technology, but use it privately and securely. So we take a group of existing banks. The problem is there's not just one single payment network. You've got multiple networks across different currencies, different financial instruments. They're all separate, all completely disparate. So one bank we've been speaking to manages 183 different ledgers, and you've got a different system for every single different network. By using Hyperledger as a unified settlement layer, we can link together all those disparate networks and give you one global overview, one ledger for all the assets that are being traded. Most importantly, Hyperledger runs on your own infrastructure, so it's completely private, it's secured by the banks themselves, and you can have multiple networks with different participants. So compared to Bitcoin and Ripple, they are both one single public international ledger where anyone can see accounts and transfers that are done. Hyperledger has multiple networks and is completely private. Bitcoin has a built-in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, obviously, and Ripple has XRP as well. We're the only platform without a cryptocurrency built in, which means less regulatory risk, less technical overhead, and no volatility of an underlying cryptocurrency. Bitcoin miners are completely anonymous. Ripples are semi-known. The validators are run by themselves and a few other people. Hyperledgers are all known, so you know your vendor. You know who is processing transactions and which jurisdiction they're in. So if there's any issue beyond what the technology can handle, you can actually pursue those entities outside the system. Bitcoin's quite relatively slow, 10 to 60 minutes for confirmations, Ripple 10 seconds. Hyperledger, because we use a proven consensus algorithm with a known set of validators, we can process individual transactions between 200 and 400 milliseconds. So Hyperledger is completely open source. It's free to use, and we encourage you to take it and use it without paying us. But we also have a commercial entity, Hyper, which can provide support, and similar to a Red Hat model. We're working on developing proprietary software for integration, reporting to meet compliance needs, or for customized asset types. But we're particularly focused on joint ventures. We're working with, as I mentioned, a group of banks and potentially other joint ventures down the line as well. So it's quite difficult to measure the market size for this new technology. It's very new and can cover a wide range of applications. Blythe Masters, the former head of commodities at JP Morgan, said that this opportunity can be measured in the trillions. And you've been asked today to judge startups on how potentially, or how innovative they are and what the potential impact is for the financial services industry. She believes you should be taking this type of technology as seriously as the internet. This isn't just a slightly incremental technology, it's potentially extremely transformative, and it can disrupt certain business models, but by working together, we can also create many more. So we're currently seeking partnerships and new clients as well. So please do get in touch if you are interested in learning more about Hyperledger. I'll be around, or you can email me at do@hyperledger.com. Thank you very much.